Back at demo day at Harley Davidson of Baltimore, about to jump on this Whiskey Fire Street Glide. Clearly a great color. It's very much an orangey red. I don't know if I'd want to live with that for years. One thing I forgot to play around with on the Road Glide was the vents, which is nice to have. Looks like this one has a big air cleaner. I don't think that's normal, and some nicer grips. I have to say, between the two bikes, I am absolutely a bigger fan of the Street Glide's interior. It's just, screens right here. Very easy. I like the mirrors better too, to be honest. But again, you know, the body of the bike is the same as the Road Glide. I feel the same. Same engine, 105 horsepower, 130 foot-pounds of torque. Let's start her up and hear that beautiful Harley sound. Oh yeah, can't beat that. Again, reaching the kickstand is a pain on these bikes. So if you're a shorty like me, be careful. I have ridden the Street Glide, not as many times as the Road Glide. I really enjoyed it in all the same ways as the Road Glide, with one exception. I feel more buffeting on this fairing than I do on the Road Glide. Just the way it is. Bike feels a little wider than a Challenger. I mean, I'm definitely sliding a little bit more in the seat to be in the right spots, like at a stop. Right now, I got, you know, most of my left foot on the ground. My right foot is on the rear brake. I'm, slid a little bit over in the seat to the left. You know, this is not my first Harley demo event. They are a little weird about how they park their bikes. Like a bike you're not riding a lot and you got to make a hard right turn to get out of your parking lot right off the bat. Not your best bet. Getting toasty. Yeah, like this clutch feels super heavy. So for those of you who watched the Road Glide video, I'm doing this immediately right after. And my left hand is tired from the clutch work. Takes some getting used to for sure. Yeah, like these stock bars on this Street Glide are much more forward than on the Road Glide. I'm hunched over quite a bit. That's okay. These are things you can adjust, but you know, you don't have the clamp right there like you do on the Road Glide, so it's a thing. But you know, bike is, I mean, it's a freaking awesome bike. They're all awesome. Power feels great. Torque feels amazing. It's the same engine as the Road Glide. You're going to get the same performance. It's just a question of, you know, your preference over appearance, and, you know, for someone like me, how does the wind really feel? Now, I said they did a really nice job lowering the weight on these bikes to be more consistent with your Indian experience, and they have, but it's still not the same. You know, Indians definitely feel lighter. You gotta pop this into sport mode. The Indians still feel a little lighter, and again, for someone with short, stubby little legs like mine, it's a thing. It matters. You know, can be easily dealt with on any motorcycle, but you always have to be cognizant of it. You don't want to put your foot down in the wrong spot and over you go. I've done that on both of my baggers. Ooh, just bottomed out over that big metal plate in the road. Felt it for sure. I mean, bottoming out is bottoming out. It doesn't feel good. But my spine is not rearranged. You know, I gotta say, right now, 57 miles an hour, fourth gear. I feel wind like on the Road Glide. I'm not getting any helmet buffeting. I feel the wind on my helmet a little bit more, but that's okay. And honestly, sport mode on this bike, and the last one for that matter, feels a lot better than it did when I test rode a bike that had 5 miles on it that I was intending to buy. Sport mode on that bike was herky-jerky, super jerky. And I don't know if, you know, bike needs to be broken in a bit, get some predictability out of that throttle. I ultimately got used to it very quick. You know, once you kind of get a sense of how much of a throttle turn you need to get the power you're looking for, it's pretty simple. Come on guys, I'm in sport mode, give it some gas. I mean, bike's really stable. You know, it's a nice little sweeper there, just perfect. Yeah, guys, loads of torque, loads of torque. I don't think this is even the stock seat. It might be, but it feels really good, whichever seat it is. You know, again, I've taken test rides on the stock Harley seat, really happy with it. It's got, you know, like the Challenger, it's got that little lip in the back, keeps you planted in your seat when you jam on the throttle. Whether it's comfortable on a real long ride, who knows, you know? There's only one way to find out. I do like these grips. I was gonna buy these if I had bought one. Heated grips, switchback, I think they are. Otherwise, you know, the stock grips are totally fine, look fine. But when you ride year-round and you want to do touring, I strongly recommend heated grips. Yeah, I mean, you know, guys, I would be totally comfortable on a street glide. You know, you have your storage compartment here. That's all you got. You don't have the little cubbies like on the side in the Road Glide. It probably wouldn't really matter. The only thing I ever used cubbies for on the Challenger was my phone, which, you know that story. I don't do that anymore, which is why wireless CarPlay is so great. And I don't recall what brakes they put on the bike, but they, you know, they stopped just fine, no issues, more than competent. Same with the suspension. I don't remember what they put on here. There's no, you know, it's not a performance bagger. There's no upside down forks or any of that stuff, and that's okay. You know, performance like that is not my top priority. I mean, I want good power out of the engine. I want comfort on a long day. I want it to be competent in the twisties. You know, as you guys know, I'm not dragging floorboards, certainly not trying to, so, you know, to pretend I need a CVO Road Glide is kind of ridiculous in terms of, you know, the suspension changes on that bike. Only reason I have that stuff on the Challenger is just the way it comes. I was perfectly content with the suspension on the Chieftain before that. But again, really impressed with both of these motorcycles. I may just put this into one video. It's like riding the same bike, just a little bit different in the fairing. I do prefer the Road Glide fairing to this. I don't think we're going to get up to speed, so I can see if I can replicate what I've experienced in the past with some light buffeting at the top of my helmet. But I can tell you, having experienced that on my Challenger, if you can avoid it, all the better. And, you know, I think on the Road Glide, for the most part, I will. Or would, if I bought one. We'll see. Oh, one other thing, you know, reaching the shift lever, the brakes, no issue with my short little legs. Not a problem. See, I've taken so many test rides on these Harley baggers, I'm used to the right and left turn signals. Doesn't even surprise me anymore. Yeah, I mean, the torque on this bike is sensational. You really feel it in sport mode. You know, once you get used to the way the throttle works, the rolling it on and bringing that power on is totally excellent. I mean, it just gives you all the power, nothing surprising you, no herky-jerkiness. While, you know, once you turn it and you start turning it, it's there. It's great. Really content with that. Oh, we got it into neutral. Look at that. It does have linked brakes. Both bikes do, which is nice, I think. I've never had linked brakes. You get on that throttle at a stop, you really feel it in your butt. I love that. Definitely get vibration in your ass on this bike, both of them. That is not bad. Train tracks. Not bad. Not too bad. Fourth gear, 2,500 RPMs. Comfortable, perfect power available, you know, no issues. It was just, you know, when I rode that bike, when I was at really high speed in 6th gear, that's when I was like, not impressed. Yeah, with this clutch, like, it's halfway out right now, not engaged, no friction zone. It's just, you know, it's like anything else. It would take some getting used to. I watched a video, God, I think it was Ergonomics. He was talking about you can adjust the cable clutch friction zone, and you got to put a doohickey down there and adjust it. I probably wouldn't bother. I would just work out, do some hand exercises. It's called riding. It's the best hand exercise. It's getting toasted in the old leather jacket. I'll tell you that much. I left the house this morning. It was 55 degrees. I got my long johns on right now. Little nippy. It's October for sure. Yeah, like my left clutch hand is tired, and I'm in neutral, got both feet down. On something like a test ride, I would rather not be like this. I'd rather have it in gear, foot on the brake, ready to go. You know, be a good motorcyclist. But the clutch is heavy enough that I need a rest. If that tells you anything about how the clutch on these bikes feels. You know, transmission on both bikes feels great. Clicks right into place, no issues. You know, again, one other thing to keep in mind, if you're short riding a little bike like this, you want to make sure anytime you come to a stop, your handles, your nose of your bike is straight ahead. You do not want to stop with your bars turned. That's the quickest way to go down. And these bikes still feel heavy enough where that can catch you by surprise. So, be warned, shorties. It is not a problem on a little FTR. Alrighty. there's a pursuit here. Look at that. Another traitor. God, neutral, come on. There we go. All right, kickstand. There's the lever. That's as far out as I get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
We got it.
Yeah, but I gotta film it.
Oh, you want to film it?
Yeah. See, there's the lever. Kick it out a little bit and just kick it. There you go. And then you got that Harley truss fall, which is terrible. Well, that's it, guys. That is the 2024 Harley Davidson Street Glide. Beautiful motorcycle. You know, picking this or the Road Glide is just a matter of personal preference and how you feel on each bike. Engine's fantastic. Handling is solid. Really nice job, Harley Davidson.